Hello everyone, so welcome you all to a short tutorial. So my dear friends, today we are going to start class 9 mathematics. Alright, so as you can see, we are going to start with chapter 2, that is polynomials. Alright, so today we will talk about exercise 2.1, question number 1. So question number 1 says that which of the following expressions are polynomials in one variable and which are not. All right, state reasons for your answers. So they are asking us to find out which of the following given terms are polynomial in one variables and which are not, and if they are, so what is the reason. So we will try to give the reasons, but before that I would just like to ask you whether you know or not what are variables. Like alphabets A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z, all these are variables, right? Well, so now you see the different questions of question number 1, right? Sub numbers you can see here. So how many are given there? Total 5 questions are given. So we are asked to find what? We are asked to find which are the given polynomials which falls under one variable. So as I told you, variable means alphabets, right? A, B, C, D or X, Y, Z, anything it can be, right? So we have to find out which one have one variable and which one have two variables. Now you don't know, right, which one we will call as one variable, which one we will call it as two variables. So let me give you some examples. All right, look here. So suppose this is 6x plus 5y. So this is, alright, this is a polynomial in what? In two variable. Why two variable? Because there is one x and one is y, which means there are two alphabets used, two variables used, right? Suppose if I have 6x plus 5y plus 9z, so here how many variables we have? Yes, you're right, we have three variables, right? That is x, y and z. So now next question, suppose we have 9x plus 8x plus x, alright, just 1x. So here how many variables we have? Only one, right? Why one? Because there is only one alphabet. What is that? That is x, right? Also, if we have 10y plus 9y square, so how many variables here? Only one. That is what? Only y, right? So like this we say which one is a variable and which one is not. So x1 and then base, right? So now let us see the proper reasoning. Now first of all, let us talk about number 1. That is 4x square minus 3x plus 7. So what do you think? Is it a polynomial of variable 1? How many alphabets you see here? Only one. That is what? That is x, right? So yes, it is a polynomial. Yes, it is. What about this? Y square root over 2. Is this a polynomial? Yes, this is also a polynomial. We have a variable y here, right? So yes. Now we come to number 3. So is this number 3 a polynomial? It has got 3 root over t plus t root over 2. Of course you see a variable here. The variable is t, right? But to be a variable in one variable, there are certain criteria which this particular polynomial does not, meet. So what is that? See, this t is under root, which means its value is half, right? Half. So half is not a whole number, right? Half is not a whole number, and to be a polynomial of one variable, the value should be in whole number. So that's why this is not a polynomial in one variable. All right, this is no. Now what about number 4? So number 4, what do you see? You see y plus 2 by y, right? So this also have the variable that is y, but is it a variable or a polynomial in one variable? No. Why no? Because the exponent of the denominator y will be minus y, which is negative, which is not a whole number, right? So that's why this will not be a polynomial in one variable. All right? No. Now, what about number 5? Number 5, we have h to the power 10, y to the power 3, and t to the power 50. So, is these a polynomial in one variable? If you understood my introduction, what I told you, that one variable means there should be only one alphabet, right? So, how many alphabets you see here? You see 3 different alphabets, right? That is x, y, and t. X, y, and t. So will this be a polynomial in one variable? Yes, you're right. Of course not. This is not a polynomial in one variable because it has got different alphabets, different variables, right? So there are how many variables? 3 variables, right? So this is not a polynomial in one variable, right? No. So I hope you understood this, the very beginning, the very first part of the chapter polynomial, that is question number 1, right? Directly now we will go with question number 2. So question number 2 is the easiest in this exercise. So what does question number 2 says? Question number 2 says that write the coefficient of x square in each of the following. Alright, so what do we have to write? We need to write the coefficient. Coefficient of what? Coefficient of x square, right? But before we write coefficient of x square, we need to understand what a coefficient is, right? So let me try to explain to you what a coefficient is. All right, we have here x plus 6x plus 10x square plus y. So here coefficient is the number just before the x square. So suppose here I want you to write the coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square will be what? It will be 10. Good, it will be 10. Now if I ask you to write the coefficient of x, what will it be? It will be coefficient of x is 6, right? Coefficient of x is 6. Now if I want to ask you what is the coefficient of y, since nothing is there before y, it means the coefficient of y is one, right? If no term, no numbers are there, it will be y, alright? And if numbers are there, then that will be the coefficient, alright? Suppose now here one more here, t is there, minus t. So what will be the coefficient of minus t? It will be, you guessed it right, that is minus 1. Good, minus 1. So this is the way how we find a coefficient. So now I understood, without even writing, you can directly say which one is the coefficient of what, right? Alright, so now let us try to solve. So write the coefficient of x square in each of the following. So question number 1 we have is 2 plus x square plus x. So 2 plus x square plus x. So which is the coefficient of x square here? Yes, you are right, that is 1, because there is no number before x square, right? So that's why the coefficient is 1. Coefficient is equal to 1. Good. In number 2, if we talk about what is the coefficient of x minus x square, what is the coefficient of minus x square? Yes, that is minus 1. Good. So here the coefficient is minus 1. Now if we talk about number 3, we have pi by 2 x square plus x. So what is the coefficient of x square here? Very easy and simple, right? Pi by 2. Good. Pi by 2. Why? Because before x square there is pi by 2. Now here, number 4. Do you see x square anywhere in the question? Root over 2x minus 1. Do you see any x square here? No, right? So suppose if how many x square you see here? 0, right? So 0x square plus root over 2x minus 1. So what will be the coefficient of x square here, since you see no x square, right? So of course it is be automatically 0, right? So coefficient is 0. Without even doing this, by just looking only, you can say it is 0 because x square is not there, right? Alright, so now we will solve number 3. So number 3, what does number 3 says? It says write a monomial of degree 100 and a binomial of degree 35. So a monomial of degree 100 and a binomial of degree 35. So how do we do it? Before we solve it, you have to understand what do we mean by monomial, binomial and trinomial and polynomial. Alright, so you need to understand that. Well, in order to understand that, look at the board. So here, if I write x, suppose simple, I will have 6x. I have written 6x. So how many terms you see here? Only one term, right? So this is what? This is monomial. Suppose now this one term I'm writing here. So this is monomial, but if I plus here something like 5y, how many terms do you see now? 2 terms, right? So it has become what? It has become binomial. Alright, so I hope you already know mono means what? Mono means y, mono means 1, bi means 2, right? Tri means, of course, 3. So suppose if I write this thing, 6x plus 5y minus 10. So here now, how many terms do you see? You see here, how many? 3 terms, right? 3 terms you see, that is 6x plus 5y minus 10. So this is what? This is trinomial, or you can just say as a polynomial. So tri means what? Tri means 3. But as we know, our Indian flag is a tricolor, right? Saffron, white and green. So that's why we call it a tricolor, because tri means 3. Alright. Poly means what? Poly means many. Alright. Poly means many. So many polynomials with many terms are called what? Are called as polynomials. So now in question number 3, they have asked you to write a binomial of degree 35 and a monomial of degree 100. So you can write any number of your choice, just add here degree. I hope you know what a degree is, right? Degree means something like that. See, I have written here 6y to the power 12 plus 9z to the power 3. So what is a degree? This 12 is this exponent is a degree, and this 3 is a degree. We call it a degree. Alright, so this y has a degree of 12 and this z have a degree of 3. So like that, here I have to write a monomial of degree 100. So this is a monomial, right? We have written already. So I will write here degree 100. So this is the required answer. Alright, or you can just write it as. Now they have also asked us to write a binomial of degree 35, right? So we can write here degree 35. So 6x plus 5y is a binomial because there are two terms here, right? So it's a binomial, and if they have asked us to write with a degree 35, so we have already written here 6x to the power 35. All right, you can write it this way, or you can just write x plus x, or you can just write y plus y, anything you desire or wish for, right? So I hope this question number 3 was very easy to understand, right? There is nothing, according to your book, if you want to write, your answers will be here. It will be like this. All right, according to your book, it will be x 100, x to the power 100, and x to the power 35, and here 34, right? Number 4, right? Number 4. So they have asked us to write the degree of the given polynomial. So I think by now you have understood what do we mean by the degree, right? So suppose if I'm writing here 6x plus 9y plus 3x, and here let me give the powers to be 2, then here 3, then here 9. So powers, we call it sometimes as powers, right? Powers or degree. So here if I ask you what is the degree of this given polynomial, so what will you say? There is 3, there is 2, there is 9. So what will be your answer? Yes, your answer will be the highest degree among these. So what is the highest degree or highest power you see here? The highest power you see here is that of x to the power 9. So 9 is the degree of this polynomial, right? So the degree is 9. Well, so now you see all the questions written here, right? So number 1, we have 5x to the power 3 plus 4x to the power 2 plus 7x. So which one do you think is the degree of the polynomial given? Yes, you guessed it right. So what is the highest degree here? It is 3, right? So 3 is the degree of this first polynomial. What about the second one? Y minus y square. So what is the highest degree here? What is the highest power you see here? That is 2. Great. 2 is the degree. Now, if we talk about this number, that is 5t minus root over 7. So what is the highest power here? You don't see any power here, right? When you don't see any power in a variable given, then it is always 1, alright? So here the power is, or the degree is 1. Now this number 4 is given only one single number, that is 3. So 3 is a constant number here, only number, no variables here. You don't see any x, y, z, a, b, c here, right? Only one number you see, that is 3. So any constant number has a degree of 0. Always, whenever you see a number alone, they have a degree of 0, right? So I hope this, alright, before that, so I hope that all these were very easy and simple to understand you, and you understood that very well. So I hope I was able to clear your doubt. Well, so now we have come to the last part of exercise 2.1, that is question number 5. So question number 5 asks us to classify the given polynomials as linear, quadratic, and cubic. So we have to classify the given polynomials on the basis of its degree, whether it is going to be a linear, or it is going to be a quadratic, or it is going to be a cubic. But before that, you have to understand what do we mean by linear, quadratic, and cubic. So let me tell you, whenever you hear the word linear, it is always going to be a polynomial with degree 1, alright, with degree 1. Always remember this. Quadratic will always be a polynomial with degree 2, and cubic, cube, you already know cube, right? So whenever we talk about cube, it will be always a polynomial with degree 3. So linear means 1, quadratic means 2, and cubic means 3, right? So you have to understand this basic. Now, example, if I write here 6x square, so this is a polynomial of what type? Linear, quadratic, or cubic? It is cubic, right? Suppose I write here 9x to the power 2 plus 4x to the power 2 again. So this is a polynomial of degree 2. So I have already written the question on the board. Let us see them one by one, which one is a linear, which one is a quadratic, and which one is a cubic. Alright, so remember whatever I taught you. So number 1, x square plus x. You have to observe the degree. So what degree do you see here? The highest degree you see is 2. So 2 is what? Linear, quadratic or cubic? It is quadratic. Very good. So this is quadratic. I have just written as short form q, right? Quadratic. Now here, what is the highest degree you see here? You see here 3. 3 is what? Cubic. See, cubic, right? So cubic. Then number 3, y plus y square plus 4. So this is a polynomial of degree 2. So 2 means what? Quadratic. Good. Then here 1 plus x. So do you see any power of x? You don't see anything. When you don't see anything, it means what? It means 1. So this is a polynomial of power 1, degree 1. So degree 1 means what? Linear, right? L, linear. Now here, this is the same thing, 3t. So t have no power, nothing is written, means what? It is 1. Again, it is linear. Alright, now here, r square. You directly see square there, so it means what? 2 you see. So 2 means what? Quadratic, right? Yes. Q. Here again, this is also very simple. You see 7x cube. So of course this is going to be a cube. So this is how it was supposed to be done. So I hope that this easy topic I was able to make you understand. So I hope that this topic was quite easy for you to understand, and I was able to do the justice to you in order to teach this topic. So I hope after watching this particular video, you have no doubt on exercise 2.1. So this is the end of exercise 2.1, and in the next video we will see exercise 2.2. So I hope it's clear. So this video is for my lovely students of class 9. So do watch the video, do comment. You don't understand something, or you want something else, or you want to give any feedback, any positive comments, then please do. I will be happy for that. And please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Ashok Tutorials. Thank you.